much for joining on time. And hi, Hiba. Thank you for the message. And Tima. Today, we will be talking about how to craft your brand mission, your brand purpose, and then who are your target audience, the personas, how to build that, and of course, the content and how content pillars plays into the game. Before we start, I just want to tell you that with me here, there's Rishab also, and Majd. They also work at Astrolabs, and they will be helping you out if you have any questions or if you need any information about Astrolabs. They are here to support you, everyone. All right. So if you have any questions during this webinar, please feel free to open your microphone or even drop a line in the chat. I would love to hear your voice or even see your faces. If you're not camera shy, please do that. It would be nicer to see who I'm talking to. So thank you once again. We will be talking about your brand purpose today. So just quick takeaways on what you will be getting out of this webinar. Because it's practical, I want you to open your mics and I want you to talk to me and answer the questions. We will be talking about your brand purpose, your personas, who are your target audience, and the content pillars, which are the topics, the major topics that you can put out there on social media so that you are relevant to your audience. All right, just a quick introduction about myself. Why is she here? Who is she? My name is Jessica. I am a lead instructor at Astrolabs. I instruct two courses, the digital marketing and the social media advanced. This is a code for my LinkedIn if you'd like to scan it and join me on LinkedIn. I've worked in the UAE for 10 years now, worked on multiple brands from PNG to Amar to Expo and so on. And I have a startup boutique agency consultancy in the UAE called Social Astronaut, where I help brands building their strategy and launching themselves on social media. And I am also a musician. So I have a band here in the UAE called Part-Time Sinners. We have a gig next Friday. Yeah, so I sing in a rock and roll band. So that's about me. Let's kick off and start with our webinar today. As an overview, when you do your social media strategy, you need to have a framework in place. The strategy has multiple layers to it. First, you need to set your goals. You need to talk about who are your audience, who are the personas that we are talking about. We need to set out our content pillars. What are the messages that we will tweak and say about them? We need to identify which platform we need to be on and how often to post, the frequency. And then we execute all the work in real, and we start monitoring and analyzing what are the numbers and how we can tweak and fix so that our strategy is working properly. Today in our session, we will talk about only the first three parts: setting your goals, your audience, and your content pillars. If you want something more in depth and you want to cover the whole strategy, we have the advanced social media class that we are running right now. If you'd like to sign up to it, I'll tell you more about it later. So let's deep dive into our webinar today. The first thing I want to put out there for you is this crazy infographic, piece of infographic, which says that really there's a lot of content happening across any social media channel at any given, not time, not minute, but second. Like even every second we have people uploading videos, uploading pictures, writing something, chatting with someone on social media. So the opportunity is really huge. And we cannot avoid being on social media. So the $1 million question is, how do we stand out when we have this crazy amount of people emailing each other, and Instagram posts being uploaded every single second, and then a LinkedIn job post from here. So how do we stand out? There's a lot of content happening out there, being published every single second. To stand out, we really need to have a proper established strategy. And we start with our social media strategy with the very important pillar, which is our mission, our brand purpose, our reason to exist. Okay, because our challenge is to drive attention to the people, and make them care about our products, make them care about our services. This is our challenge. So we need to do that through our a reason to believe, through our purpose, through our why. uh, so we start from the core, we start from the why. When we communicate from inside out, just like this circle, why first, then how, then what. I mean, for all of us, I think the what is kind of known. I sell a pencil. This is my what. But why am I doing it is the core of my business. So when we communicate from inside out, we are talking directly to the part of the brain that controls behavior. And then you will allow people to rationalize it with the tangible things that you say and do, for example, your products and services. This is where the gut decision comes into play. All right. So honestly, people won't buy into your product or your service or your movement or your idea until they understand why you are doing it, the why behind it. So this book, Start with Why by Simon Sinek, identifies and shows the leaders that have like really good influence, and how they think and act differently than the other unsuccessful leaders, and how they are kind of thinking this in the same way. It's a good book that we advise you to have. So let's go more into the brand purpose, right? And how to formulate it for your strategy. The brand purpose is the reason for your existence, like the reason to exist. It's not just about how do I make money, but how do I kind of benefit the community. Just a quick point on that is that if you are about to formulate a brand purpose, make it relatable. Make it relatable to your services, to your products, but don't talk about money. So, for example, if you are in the educational sector, like this example, your purpose might be help the children and shape their future, right? Let's take this fictional example of stationery company. Do you think that this purpose that they have put out there is relevant? And please, I mean, feel free to chat, to send in the chat, or even open the microphone and talk about your opinion. This is a fictional company. I just put it out there so that it will help you. If you are taking any notes right now to build your strategy, you will know what are the elements to put in your strategy. So what is their purpose as a stationery company? They want to help the disadvantaged families to achieve their potential. And how does it relate to them? Because they're a stationery company. They supply to schools, to educational sector. So always try to link it to your business, even if it's not directly selling something, but it's trying to help elevate your brand throughout the community's view. And how do they do it? Through workshops, and their goal is they have a specific goal. So always try to write a specific numeric result based on your goals. All right. Um, Now, how to write it, if again, if you are taking notes, how to write it and how to formulate it, think about your value, not just for your customers but also for your employees, and be an inspiration. Such as companies like Netflix are inspiration, not just for people to use them, but also for employees who are wanting to work there, right? Because when you're doing social media, it's not just selling on Facebook, but also inspiring people on LinkedIn to come and join your company. Make it sound reasonable. Don't overpromise, obviously, and be specific and tie it to your brand, like the stationery company that did that. So, do when you write a statement, be short. And don't write a long essay because you don't want to confuse people. And think always long term. Don't make it very like a 1 month thing. It has to be an ongoing thing, and always involve your team members because they will keep you alert on let's say we create a campaign on social media and something happens. Let's say it's aware of this brand. Do you know it? Do you know what it does? Yes, Ahmed, great. Gonka, great. Yes. So you would say that, you know what, they sell gym wear, yoga wear, but their mission or their purpose, their reason to exist is really very huge and inclusive of the whole community. They say to elevate the world from mediocrity to greatness. So they didn't say we sell yoga